talk about the Office Workplace Analysis Lab, and we're going to go over stations 2A and 3B. So for station 2A, it is located at one of the 4 computers that are over by the bicycles in the room. And for both station 2A and 3B, you have to assume that the worker works for 8 hours a day, assume a 15-minute break in the morning, a 30-minute lunch, and a 15-minute break in the afternoon. And you also have to assume that they have a neutral neck position for less than 1 hour total. That is required for the ROSA analysis, and you can also assume that they do minimal phone work, because that's also required from one of your analyses. For these stations, you're using 7 assessment tools this time. So we have our RULA, our strain index, our PDA, physical demands analysis. We are also using a ROSA. We are using a checklist for computer workstations, and we are using the setting up a computer workstation document that's located in your lab manual. And the 7th assessment tool that we're using is the environmental stressors assessment tool. So you would be using the toolkits again for station 2A and for station 3B. So what the participant needs to do at station 2A, it needs to be set up properly in between each participant. So in order for that to happen, the wrist pad is brought to the edge of the desk, the keyboard is brought so that it's touching the wrist pad. The mouse pad is also brought to the edge of the desk for standardization, and the mouse is just resting there. The individual needs to face the computer. The front edge of the seat pan is going to be in line with the back edge of the desk that they're using. And the typing task for Office Workplace Analysis is on a 45-degree angle from the corner of the computer here. No matter what the stature is of the individual participant, they need to have their back all the way back to the backrest of the seat, even if their feet don't really touch the ground very well. And then they will be using the typing task, and they're going to type it out exactly as it is. So, while I am doing this, my group members would be analyzing using all of the tools that were just mentioned. And if it looks like I'm typing slowly, it is because of the requirements of the document. So there's a lot of bolding, italicizing, there's different text size. It's all the same font, but there's also questions that you have to answer if you are the individual who is completing the task. So this is basically what the task would look like, and hopefully that 30 seconds or so will help you in your assessment. I will be able to post whatever data is required to finish your assessment. So for example, I'll have to let you know what the environment is like, because you won't actually be able to use the environmental toolkit while you're at your desk at home. That's basically what happens at station 2A. For station 3B, it is fairly similar to station 2A. However, the setup is a little bit different. Obviously, we're using the cart. The keyboard needs to come as far to the edge of the cart as possible. The mouse pad needs to be at the edge. The mouse is right here. And the typing task this time is in the left corner of the tray. And it does have a glare from the lights above, but that is part of the environment that we have stationed at 3B here. The other thing is we're using an actual office chair, but the front wheels of the chair have to be on this line. The great part about this particular station is that the individual can move up to accommodate their stature. So that's part of it, and then they would just be typing as per what they were doing at station 2A. Assuming once again that they have an 8-hour day, 15-minute break in the morning, 15-minute break in the afternoon, and a 30-minute lunch. Just a couple of tips in order to complete the Office Workplace Analysis Post Lab. Obviously, you see at the top of my page here, I have the tip written that you need to provide evidence and make decisions. And so the evidence will support those decisions. Also, much like Lab 9, where you had 4 analyses tools and you had to provide a concluding statement that was worth 4 marks, for Station 2 Office Workplace Analysis A,
question 1, you have to once again provide a brief concluding summary of your findings. It's not surprising that once again you have 7 marks for the 7 assessment tools, and similar to at Station 2, for Station 3, Office Workplace Analysis B, question 1 again asks for brief concluding summaries, and you have 7 marks for the 7 assessment tools. So hopefully those tips and tricks will help you in answering your lab report questions.